Well, hello everyone, Texie88 here and welcome to another review. And now we're taking a look at the Sega MegaDrive version of Zero Wing, which is a conversion of a horizontally scrolling shoot 'em up that appeared in arcades in Japan in 1989, I believe. Somebody set up us the bomb, dear. We get signal. Main screen turn. Oh dear, this translation. It's you. How are you, gentlemen? All your base are belong to us. Well, at least everyone now knows where that meme came from. You are on the way to destruction. What you say? You have no chance to survive. Make your time. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, I expect there would have been a lot of ha 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 after reading that terrible translation. Take off every zig. The zig is a space fighter in this game. You know what you doing. God. Move zig. That sounds more like a text adventure command. For great justice. Oh, okay. So Plans, the developer, and it looks like this particular version came out in 1991. Let's have a look at the options. So you've got 3 different difficulty levels. We'll stick to normal. So you can have 1, 2, 3, 4 or 4 lives. You can choose whether or not to have rapid fire on or off. In order to save wear and tear, I'll keep it on. So let's get this going. Natals, I don't know. Very anime-esque cutscenes here. Yeah, so I expect this particular version's probably best known for that somewhat iffily translated introductory cutscene. So presumably this is one of the zigs. Ooh, it's getting hot. Yep, now I'm taking control, and as you can see, it's fairly slowly going horizontally through on shooter, and like things like R-Type before it, you get power-ups every so often. And well, nice thumping soundtrack in the background. But one thing I have also noticed is that the sound effects are rather weak. Ooh, I like the way that those 2 ships either side of you sort of go close to you when you're going through a confined space. That's a nice touch. Now, one thing that makes this game a bit different is this Caesar beam. You can actually have something hold something in front of you to give yourself a little bit of shielding, like that. So that if something hits it, it destroys that instead of you. That's something a bit different. But you can't do that with every enemy. And there are some bigger and heavier ones. If you do that, the weight of them pulls you down. And another thing, you can also launch them forward like that if you so wish. It's just a shame that the sound effects are so weak. The explosions aren't too brilliant either. Oh, poo. Why are the sound effects so feeble? I mean, I've heard the Mega Drive do way better than that. Oh, poo it. Yeah, in preparation for this review, I had a look at the original arcade version, and you probably won't be surprised to hear that it doesn't move as slowly as this. I mean, I wouldn't say this cruel, but it's not as fast as the original arcade version by any stretch of the imagination. Ooh, blimey hell, that was close. Oh, jeez. Yeah, you've got a choice between these lasers and regular shots and these homing shots, and it's the colour of the orb that you collect that determines which of them you get. And from what I can make out, if you collect the orb of a weapon you've already got, you can power that weapon up, or at the very least upgrade it somehow. As far as I can make out, apart from this version and the arcade version, I believe the only other machine it came out for was the PC Engine CD-ROM 2, with the PC Engine being what North Americans will know better as the TurboGrafx 16. I mean, the actual visual explosions aren't too bad, but it's just the sound effects of them. They just sap some of the overall impact of the experience. Well, I think I've just this moment gained another life. I just heard a sound effect I've not heard before. I mean, this is okay, but I wouldn't say it was particularly amazing. I mean, I don't hate it, but I don't particularly love it either. Ooh, what have we here? Oh, I see. Looks like some kind of smart bomb thing. I'd read about that, but I didn't know what it looked like. That anything, it can harm anything that's caught in its blast radius. Ooh, blimey hell, that was close. Legrouse. I'm not sure how to pronounce some of these. I'm going to try and see what happens if I save up and get and pick up one of the blue coloured orb instead. See if I can power up this laser. Oh yes. No, I'm not collecting that. I'm quite happy to stick with this laser, I think. Oh, blooming hell. I mean, so graphics aren't too. Graphics are quite nice. That power there just sped up the speed of my ship. No, I couldn't. Now, moment of truth. Oh, I see it. You completely lose anything other than the base gun if you lose a life. Oh, for God's sake. Annoyingly, it also means that my weapon power and power capabilities is very weak again. I mean, I would have preferred it if it simply powered down the weapon you already had rather than left you with weedy guns, because that can leave you very vulnerable. Oh. Ooh, geez, that was close. So just scroll vertically a little bit. Oh, I thought I was going to avoid that. Right, I think I'm going to end the review there. So that's 0 wing for the Sega MegaDrive, or Sega Genesis if you're in North America. It's not too bad, but for a game that came out in 1991, especially with its sound effects, and the fact that it doesn't run as fast as its original arcade version from a couple of years earlier, it does unfortunately suffer a bit. As I said, the graphics are quite nice and got some nice imagery on the throughout the game, including these cutscenes. Scrolling's nice and smooth. I didn't really have any problems not being able to see what was going on screen. that line, it's become something of the stuff of legend. But anyway, sound. Well, you get some pretty cool tunes during the cutscenes and during gameplay, but the sound effects are very disappointing. They're quite weak, and with a shoot 'em up, you really want some decent, impactful sound effects, and this just doesn't deliver on that front. And when you have weak sound effects, it generally means that a lot of the satisfaction of playing is lost, or at the very least considerably reduced. Gameplay. Well, if the truth be told, particularly for a game that didn't come out for the Sega MegaDrive until 1991, even with that Caesar beam, there's not really enough variety to it. I mean, yeah, it's good that it's got something that helps make it unique, but it's not really enough. I mean, there are things like Crossout and the like that had come out before this, and those were more. I found Crossout a more satisfying experience than this, if the truth be told. And that coupled with the fact that generally it's not as fast as its arcade counterpart. So yeah, I think I'm going to give 0 wing for the Sega MegaDrive / Genesis. 6 out of 10. It's okay, but I wouldn't say it's a game that's going to hold your interest for much longer. Particularly nowadays, it's probably more well known for that all your base are belong to us mistranslated line than anything else. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review. Catch you on another video soon. Texie88